Directions. The diagram below shows the structure of an atom. Use the picture and your knowledge of science to answer any questions that follow. Number 1. Which of the following could describe a subatomic particle found at location X in the diagram? A. It is in orbit around the nucleus. B. It sometimes has a positive charge and sometimes has a negative charge. C. It has no charge. D. It has a negative charge. Number 2. 4 students were asked to name the parts of an atom that determine the atom's identity and the chemical properties. The students' responses are shown in the table below. Which students' responses are correct? F. Student 1, G. Student 2, H. Student 3, J. Student 4. Number 3. Hydrogen has been placed at the top of the first column of the periodic table. Hydrogen does not share most of the properties of elements in this column. Hydrogen is placed in this position partly because it does share one property with these elements, an outermost shell that contains A. 3 valence electrons, B. 2 valence electrons, C. 1 valence electron, or D. 0 valence electrons. Number 4. The element potassium has F. 19 protons, G. 20 neutrons, H. 39 electrons, or J. 58 neutrons. Number 5. Glucose, the kind of sugar that plants produce by photosynthesis, has the following chemical formula. 1 molecule of glucose contains A. 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms. B. 1 carbon atom, 1 hydrogen atom, and 1 oxygen atom. C. 1 carbon atom, 2 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom. Or D. 6 carbon atoms, 1 hydrogen atom, and 6 oxygen atoms. Number 6. Annalise conducted an experiment by applying heat to aluminum, paper, water, and wax. The results to her experiment are shown in the table below. Which substance went through a chemical change? F. Water, G. Aluminum, H. Wax, J. Paper. Number 7. The formula for the reaction in part 2 is given, where Cu is copper, O is oxygen, and CuO is copper oxide. What can be said about the formula? A. The reactants are copper and oxygen, and the products are copper and oxygen. B. The reactants are copper and oxygen, and the product is copper oxide. C. The reactant is copper oxide, and the products are copper and oxygen. D. The reactant is copper, and the products are oxygen and copper oxide. Directions. Use the passage in the diagram below to answer any questions that follow. Number 8. After training for 2 weeks, the athlete gets stronger and can apply more force to the weight. If he can now push the weight 100 meters in 74 seconds, what is his average speed in meters per second, rounded to the nearest hundredth? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Number 9. The diagram models the force acting on a box. Which of the following best describes the motion of the box? A. The box is moving downward with the increasing speed. B. The box is moving with constant speed to the right. C. The box is moving with constant speed to the left. D. The box is moving upward with increasing speed. Number 10. A skateboarder who weighs 70 kilograms is standing still on top of his skateboard. Suddenly, a second skateboarder bumps into him from behind with a force of approximately 80 newtons. What is the expected acceleration in meters per second squared? of the skateboarder who has been standing still to the nearest hundredth. Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Number 11. A ball is rolled in a straight line on a smooth surface. No friction is produced, and the surface extends indefinitely. According to Newton's law of inertia, the ball will A. Continue to roll in a straight line and eventually slow to a stop. B. Continue to roll in a straight line and remain at a constant speed. C. Continue to roll in a straight line and increase, then decrease in speed. D. Continue to roll in a straight line and gradually increase in speed. Directions. The diagram below shows Earth's orbit around the Sun. Use the diagram and your knowledge of science to answer any questions that follow. Number 12. The diagram indicates that the tilt of Earth's axis and Earth's revolution around the Sun cause the Earth to experience F. Day and night, G. Rotation on its axis, H. A change in the magnetism of its poles, or J. Seasons. The diagram below shows the phases of the Moon as they relate to its orbit around Earth. Use the diagram and your knowledge of science to answer any questions that follow. Number 13. What is the correct series of the phases from a full moon to a new moon? A. Waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent. B. Waning gibbous, first quarter, waxing crescent. C. Waxing gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent. D. Waxing gibbous, third quarter, waxing crescent. Number 14. A student must complete the column of the table that lists the dates of the full moons. What are the most likely dates of the full moons? F. February 5th, March 7th, April 5th, May 4th. G. February 15th, March 17th, April 15th, May 14th. H. February 25th, March 27th, April 25th, May 24th. J. February 29th, March 31st, April 29th, May 28th. Number 15. The Milky Way galaxy is described as a disk of stars orbiting a central point on the disk. Which of these best explains why people on Earth cannot see the entire shape of the Milky Way? A. Earth is a part of this galaxy. B. Many more stars exist outside the galaxy. C. The stars in the center of the galaxy are extremely small. D. The center of the galaxy consists of a dense cluster of stars. Number 16. The Hertzsprung-Russell diagram below shows how the brightness, surface temperature, and color of stars are related. Which of these observations of Barnard's star is most likely accurate? F. Barnard's star is less bright than the Sun, has a surface temperature below 3800 K, and is red. G. Barnard's star is less bright than the Sun, has a surface temperature above 38 K, and is red. H. Barnard's star is brighter than the Sun, have a surface temperature below 5300 K, and is yellow. J. Barnard's star is brighter than the Sun, has a surface temperature above 5300 K, and is yellow. Number 17. The model below shows two continental plates. The folded mountains in this model form at which type of the plate boundary? A. Transform boundary. B. Divergent boundary. C. Subduction boundary. D. Convergent boundary. Number 18. The map shows some of Earth's plate tectonic boundaries. Based on the map, volcanic activity would most likely be found at F. Location W, G. Location X, H. Location Y, J. Location Z. 19. The satellite image below shows a ship channel between South Padre Island and Boca Chica Beach in South Texas. Sand is sometimes removed from the ship channel through a process called dredging to make it easier for ships to travel through. Recently, sand from the bottom of the channel was moved to area beaches. Without this transfer of sand, what would most likely occur in this area in the future? A. The ship channel would become deeper and the island would move west towards the mainland. B. The ship channel would become shallower and the beach would become narrower. C. The ship channel would become narrower and the island would become completely covered with water. Or D. The ship channel would become wider and the island would sink into the Gulf of Mexico. Number 20. How many organisms in this food web eat only producers? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Number 21. A partial food web is shown below. The numbers in the boxes represent animals in the food web. Which organisms have 3 carnivorous predators and a consumer-producer relationship with at least one organism? A. The organism that fits in boxes 2, 3, and 7. B. The organisms that fit in boxes 5 and 7. C. The organisms that fit in boxes 4 and 6. D. The organisms that fit in boxes 2 and 7 only. Number 22. The Prairies region and the Cross Timbers are located in north-central Texas. The graph below shows information about eating habits of white-tailed deer in these regions. A Cross Timbers rancher is concerned about competition between the ranch animals and the deer. Based on the graph, which ranch animals compete for the most food with white-tailed deer? F. Cattle that eat grass and feed. G. Goats that eat weeds and shrubs. H. Turkeys that eat seeds and fruit. Or J. Hogs that eat fruit, seeds, and feed. Number 23. The strangler fig is a vine that starts out as a seed in the tree canopy of the rainforest. It drops its roots down from the canopy to the forest floor. By sprouting in the rainforest canopy, the strangler fig seedling is exposed to more A. Sunlight, B. Soil, C. Nutrients, D. Consumers. Number 24. When a lion eats a zebra and then uses the energy from the zebra to run, the lion's body converts F. Chemical energy to mechanical energy, G. Electrical energy to chemical energy, or H. Chemical energy to light energy, or J. Mechanical energy to chemical energy. Number 25. The diagram below models Mercury and Venus orbiting the Sun. What force causes Venus to travel along a curved path instead of moving in a straight line as indicated by the dashed line in the diagram? A. Electromagnetic attraction between the Sun and Venus. B. Gravitational attraction between the Sun and Venus. C. Electromagnetic attraction between Mercury and Venus. Or D. Gravitational attraction between Mercury and Venus.